Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy D Wayne bringing you yet another YouTube video at this time. So I'll be bringing you guys a deck profile today. We're going to be doing Swordsoul, of course, post cyac, of course. So we got a couple of new support cards for them. We got a new spell and a new monster for them. So let's just get straight into it, not waste any more time. Of course, we're going to be starting off with the monsters. All right, starting off for the Swordsoul package. We got one copy of Chun Jun, the Spice. This card's actually been seeing some play lately in Swordsoul builds. I've been, seeing a couple of decks. Shout out to my man Cayman Yu-Gi-Oh, who's, pretty much put this card on the map on how good it is. I've always knew how good this card is, so it's good to see I'm not alone in the appreciation for this card. So basically, if you guys don't know what this card does, a quick effect. When you have a monster on the field, you can quick effects tribute that monster to special summon this card to your field. So, and while it's on the field and your worms or your soul souls banish, you can destroy this card and the opponent's battling monster. Also, when this card is used for a synchro summon, you can banish one card on your opponent's field or in their graveyard. So of course, probably the best part of the effect is its first and its last effect. So if you're using a Moye or a Taya to, set up your tokens, your opponent tries to Veiler and Perm, stuff like that, or target your monsters maybe with an ogre or something like that. Ogre doesn't target, but if they use ogre in response to your Moye or Taya, you can quick effect summon this and dodge the effect and give you access to the token and this monster for a level 10 synchro option. Alright, so this card is pretty solid. Of course, double Moyi, double Taya, and triple Longyon for your standard Swordsoul package already. You guys already know how these work. Now, some tech that I'm specifically using. This is the big long Yuan monster from the newest pack, of course. So what this does is when a card is banished, when you banish a card, you can special summon this card from your hand or from the graveyard if it was there at the time. So actually, well, this card can only be summoned by a worm monster effect. It can't be normal summoned as set and all that good stuff. Also, when this card is special summoned by its effect, you can target one field spell and one card in your opponent's field or graveyard and banish them both. So this is good for field spell heavy decks. Tier is not really in the meta at this point. This will be a good card, good hit for it. Or any other decks that are heavily invested into their field spell. So otherwise, it's a pretty big beefy body, 3,000 attack, level 8. So, it's decent field presence on its own. And you can combo it with level 2 for a level 10 synchro play, so on and so forth. So has some implications there. It's not really used among the Swordsoul players, but I like it, so I'm gonna try it out, of course. Next we have for the Tiny package, we have one Chitano, two Edhara, two Ashuna, and two First Shooters for your Tiny package. Pretty self-explanatory. You guys already know what these cards are used for. All right, next we have hand traps. You run two draws, two Veilers, and three Ash for your hand traps, of course. Draw seems to be doing really good in the meta these days. Most decks are searching, or even if they're drawing, you could just activate this and they can't do any more drawing or searching for the rest of the turn. So it's a pretty solid option with what's going on right now. And lastly, we're running two Apple Dragons. Of course, this is another one of the cards that came out in the new set. Of course, this is something I'm trying out as well. Level 2 Dragon Tuner that special summons itself when you control a non-effect monster. So, of course, when you have Moji, Taya, or Long Yuan who summon their tokens, you can have them summon their tokens, and then you can special summon this, to the field as well after you do that for some extending combos and some alternate combo routes to your usual Swordsoul combos. Like if you do Long Yuan, instead of doing a level 10, you can actually special summon this and do a level 8 play. Mogi, you can do a level 6 play, tie up with the same thing. So you can, sort of alternate, your combo routes based on what you have on the field at the time. Also, while this card is in the graveyard and you synchro summon this turn, you can banish it from the grave and special summon a token, which is a level 2 light dragon. I mean light worm. So it can either be used as a tuner or a non-tuner for synchro plays. So yeah, this card has some pretty decent implications in the Soul deck. Giving it some, extra options and combo routes for the deck. So it's really solid. All right, so that is it for the monsters. We're gonna go into the spells. Of course, triple emergence. Of course, road for the deck gets you into any Soul monster. Double summon. This is essentially your monster reborn, for your soul monsters, or if you control a single monster, you can special summon a word monster instead. I see most, decks play one or play none at all. I'm liking two for the extra extension. Next, we have Soul Punishment. Now, this is the spell card that came out from the new set. So this card essentially, while you control Synchro, you would banish a card from your opponent's field or graveyard. And if you have a synchro in the graveyard, while this card is in the graveyard, you can banish the synchro and then add this to your hand. So some decent implications there. This one combo I learned is Chunjun and a token synchro into Cheng Cheng Chain Link with Chunjun. Chunjun will banish one, and then Cheng will banish two more. And then you can activate this to banish one more from the field or graveyard as well. So you can essentially hit 4 cards with that one combo. So yeah, pretty solid indeed. The one vessel, this will go along with your 10E combos, of course, to extend into your Chow Fang to stop your light monsters to stop light monsters from activating their effects. Alright, staples, Monster Reborn, why not, for an extra extension. Kobai, Twister, and one Twin Twister for your back row stuff. Alright, so that is it for the spells. We're going to hit the traps. 2 Solemn Strike, of course, staple. Now the spice. Gravity Claps. What this card does is when why you control the Synchro Monster? No, it doesn't. You contribute a Synchro Monster when your opponent would summon a monster. Tribute a Synchro Monster. Negate that summon if you do destroy that card. And if you do, your opponent cannot summon any more monsters until the end phase of this turn. So, of course, with Soul being a very Synchro spammy deck, of course, this card is perfect for it to, stop your opponent and then set up for your OTK plays from there. Really good tech indeed. Of course, permanents. Stable, of course, gotta run it. I am running denglong, of course, because it's got taken off the ban list and put at once. So we have its target in 9 pillars of the Yang Zing, which is Omni Negate. You have to destroy your Yang Zing, stuff like that. And the one blackout, to round out your trap lineup. Alright, so that is it for the deck. We're going to go into the extra deck. First, for your links, standard 10E package, 2 monk, and 1 shaman, of course. You guys already know. Going into the synchros, of course, we have the main man Denglong, who just came off the list at one. So, for those of you who may not be aware, this card, when synchro summon, can search you a Yang Zing card from your deck to your hand. So that's what the nine pillars is about. Secondly, it can dump a worm from your deck to the graveyard to make its levels the same as the word monster you sent to the graveyard. So if you dump a level one, it becomes one, dump a seven, four, whatever the case may be, just to modulate levels for synchro plays. Running Stardust Charge Warrior. This when synchro summon draws you a card. In the case of Swordsoul itself, you can use Apple Dragon plus Moji to get you into Charge Warrior, which will allow you to draw two cards instead. Pretty solid combo indeed. Yangzings, well, one Yazi, of course. Taya plus Emergence can get you into this, and you can start to set up plays from there. Draco Berserker of the 10-year course, pretty solid interruption. Gets stronger with, the number of effect monsters it kills in battle. Definitely pretty solid. And it's an interruption to banish monster effects when they activate. Or banish monsters when they activate their effects. One Boxy, of course. Yang Zing, Yang Zing. Two Changing, of course. Searches, banishes, and it's a negate when you banish your. You can negate the monster's effect when you banish a Swordsoul card from your hand or graveyard. So, really solid card. Chao Feng, of course, you can make it light. You can make it light locked for your opponent. They can't Nibiru, Effect Veiler, even good against Cyber Dragons, stuff like that. Drytron is actually good against as well. So, it has some pretty decent implications. Sinister Sovereign Long Yuan, of course. This card is definitely solid for controlling the board, as it has two forms of interruption. Your opponent special summons a monster, banish your burn for 12, and if your opponent your opponent activates a spell trap, banish it, burn for 12. And also, when another worm is synchro summoned, you can draw a card as well. So it's definitely solid for card advantage and interruption all in one card. All right, Sinister Soul Sovereign Supreme Cheng Ying, definitely a good card. This can be played in a multitude of different decks. So you can actually play this in Goatee as well, as it's water, and it does the whole banishing thing off of Goatee's effects and stuff like that as well. So it's definitely a solid, well-rounded card indeed. One Baron de Fleur. Negation, of course, you guys already know. Standby phase, sends to the graveyard, special summons a level 9 or lower monster from the graveyard. Lastly, Chaos Angel. Now, you guys already know how solid this card is. I think this card is absolutely amazing. So, just in case you guys don't know what it does, this card does not require tuners for its synchro summon. If you guys see my discussion on this card, you guys should already know how much I like this card. That's his first line of text. He has two effects depending on which monsters you use for the summon of this card. So if you do only light monsters, your opponent cannot. Your synchros are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. And if you use a combination, if you use dark, your monsters can be destroyed by battle. If you use a combination, of course, you'll have both effects at the same time. So the effects do stack. So beautiful card indeed. Alrighty, card guys, that is the deck profile. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Of course, let me know what you guys think of Soul in the comments, and of course, I'll be answering your comments. So, alright, so I will leave that at that. So I'll be bringing you guys more videos in the meantime. But until then, peace. YouTube.